So our next match, we return to women's singles, and we can look at the destination Dubai ranking list, and Saina Nehwal #1 on that, Carolina Marin #2, and the player we're about to see is #3 on the destination Dubai, Ratchanok Intanon. And she's going to be playing against Nozomi Okuhara, like her opponent, a former world junior champion. But of course, Ratchanok Intanon, the #8 seed here, is also former world champion, having won the world title in dramatic style, beating the Olympic champion Li Shuai in the final of the World Championships of 2013 in Guangzhou, China. So Ratchanok Intanon, a 20-year-old from Thailand. Jakob Sindberg of Denmark is our umpire for this one.
Racket, receive.
That's interesting. Okuhara doing exactly what you were surprised some players didn't do, which is say receive. I can understand it in doubles, I don't understand it in singles, but there we go. Ratchanok Intanon against Nozomi Okuhara. Okuhara turned 20 last month from Nagano, on the main island of Honshu. #11 in the world ranking, up 3 places, having done well last week, reached the quarterfinal in India. But for Okuhara, 5 previous tournaments this year, having won 2 of them, so that's why her win-loss record's so good. Ratchanok Intanon, the #8 seed, up 1 place in the world ranking this week to #7. The win-loss record for the year, well, she reached the final of the event last week in Delhi, losing out in the final to Saina Nehwal, but having beaten Carolina Marin, the world champion, in the semi-final stage. Now, in the first round here, Ratchanok Intanon beat Minatsu Mitani, so today's opponent, a second straight Japanese opponent. For Okuhara, she beat Ipui Yin of Hong Kong in 2 straight games. Now, this is a point of discussion, Ian. Head-to-head there says 3-love, and the last time they met was in the China Open of 2012. I can tell you it was in the first round of the China Open in 2012, 3 games. But the point of discussion is that the first of those meetings was when they were juniors. Now, I know with some of the more senior players, their junior results aren't on the database. So we have some players who have stats including junior matches and some players that don't.
Well, I think it's something that's being phased in, and I'd like to see it in, but I think it's a big piece of work to go back through all of the Junior World Championships.
Well,
but I like that it's included now. And
I don't. Totally disagree. I think that head-to-heads and stats should be from Senior Open Badminton, because, I mean, how far back do you go? Under-19s, of course, the World Junior Championships, but there's age group events at under-17, under-15, under 11, perhaps, I don't know, but you know, how far back do you go for a player's stats? Surely it's got to be from open badminton at senior level.
No, I can see your point, Jill, but I do think I think if you take as a line the first reference point for a career as a World Junior Championships, I think that's quite reasonable. I think it is a reference point, right, and I think personally I'm okay with that being included.
And on my left,
We'll wait until the umpire finishes the introductions.
Ratchanok Intanon to serve. Level. Play.
So, former world champion, number 8 seed, the Ratchanok Intanon, gets this second round match underway against Nozomi Okuhara. Just before we really get into the match, Ian, I want to sort of finish on that point, because I'm all for it being on the database, but I don't think it should count towards stats in senior badminton. So on the head-to-head, I think we should have it as 2-love for Ratchanok, because that's the 2 times they've played in senior badminton. That's my argument. But anyway, we'll agree to disagree. We often do.
Service over. 1-all.
I think looking at today's match, I think this is a really interesting one for me. Intanon, if there's a weakness with her over the last couple of years, it's been her ability to produce her best level and consecutive tournaments 2 weeks in a row. And last week was not only a very, very tough tournament for her, it was also very emotional with the semi-final win over Carolina Marin, which was an incredibly good match and clearly one that she was desperate to win. And I'm just really interested to see how she reacts here. And if she is a little bit jaded, either physically or mentally, this is probably not the type of player she wanted to see on the other side of the net today.
No, I agree with that, because Okuhara is such a good retriever of the shuttle. She moves so well, digs in deep within the rally.
On a day, she's machine-like.
Yeah.
She doesn't hit the shuttle out of court. Her movement's great. Everything comes back, and you know you've got to play well and play with patience to beat her. So this is a good test today for Intanon.
Three, two.
Pushed it wide. Well, that semi-final you were talking about last week, Ian, against Carolina Marin, coming back from a large deficit, 9-17 down in that opening game. And I wondered at the time, and I sort of thought, well, she didn't look really up for the match at the start. And I know it's very, very early stages here today, but again, looks to me as if Ratchanok is not properly warmed up, or not really fired up at the beginning of this.
Yeah, it's becoming a little bit of a habit, seeing her start slowly, work her way into the game, have a look at the opposition. And certainly today there's 1 or 2 unforced errors already.
Service over. 3-5.
Oh, delightful backhand from Okuhara. And of course, Ian, it was here 2 years ago that Okuhara suffered a very severe injury, knee injury, in the quarter final against Saina Nehwal. It was 2-love in the deciding game, very, very early stages of the deciding game, and she had to retire with that knee injury that kept her out of the game for so long.
Yeah, it's really good to see her back playing well. I mean, she is a really talented athlete, I have to say, and she's one of such a strong crop of young Japanese ladies singles players that are coming through the game at the moment.
Yeah, of course, we saw one on our very first match, didn't we? Yamaguchi. What a great clear from Ratchanok Intanon.
5, 6.
Technically so good, just holds it that fraction of a second, doesn't she? Just breaks her opponent's movement just with that slight delay in the strike of the shuttle. Super skill.
Oh, it's just long.
6, all.
But just watch this movement coming forward. Perfectly controlled, in balance, quick as well.
Very quick.
Oh, she's... Oh, I was going to say she's missed that, yeah. My
Seventh
judge
over.
agrees with me.
7, 6. Seventh over.
And again, lovely skill. Nice reverse cross slice there from round the head.
7, all.
Clear. And then just brushing across the shuttle there. Opponent starting to move to cover the straight and just the change of direction at the last moment.
Seventh over. 8, 7.
Is it really her speed and agility that's her biggest strengths, do you think, Okuhara? Or do we underestimate her skills as well because we're so blinded, really, by her lovely movement?
I think they're clearly a strength, but I wouldn't say she's a technically poor player. I think she's technically very, very good. It's just she's extremely quick.
Yeah.
And she has a lovely balance around the court. Even when
Yeah.
she's late, as we just saw there, her recovery is so good,
Yeah.
so quick.
Seventh over.
So, yeah, no, I think that the most impressive part of the game is the movement, but that's
Yeah.
not to say that she's not a technically good player.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody in world badminton quite matches the overhead, delightful looking action of her opponent, Ratchanok Intanon.
Yeah, I mean, technically she's a joy to watch. I mean, even when she's taken the shuttle late, she can find an angle and find a change of direction. She's got super control of the racket head, even under extreme pressure.
Seventh over. 9, 8.
I remember at the end of last year, Morton Frost and I were commentating several times on Ratchanok, and we said that she didn't seem to have that sense of urgency in her style of play. But I thought last week in India, some of that was back.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit deceptive. I think there is a cultural element to this. You know, I think as a character, she looks slightly shy, and I think sometimes that comes over in a game. She doesn't like. She's not an emotional player like Carolina Marin. You know, she's very she's very contained. She's very respectful off the court, and her character comes through on the court. And sometimes you can maybe say, maybe you could describe that as coming over looking like a slightly lethargic approach. But I don't think that's true personally. I think she's a very motivated, very calculated player.
Yeah. Well, 3-point advantage to Okuhara at the mid-game interval. I mean, I was just comparing it to when she won the world title in Guangzhou. And I thought that year when she reached the final of the All England Championships, then won the world title, I thought there was much more urgency in her style of play than we saw at the end of last year. But you may well be right, Ian.
Yeah, but I think, you know, I think she's had 1 or 2 injuries as well. And,
Yeah.
and she's a very slight frame. She has a very slight frame for this level of badminton. So, you know, it's difficult for her to put together 4 or 5 very, very physical matches. I mean, she compensates that with super technique.
Yeah.
But that's why I think this match, particularly today, is a real challenge after last week. And, you know, we're talking about her attitude and everything, but from the comments she was coming out with after the semi-final last week, she's clearly 100% focused on a badminton career. And, you know, I think she's absolutely, you know, motivated to play every match. I think she had a bad patch, but I think she lost confidence through injuries.
I've never doubted her motivation. It was just, I think that she, to me, she's got this wonderful, beautiful technique. But there was no, you know, when the opportunity arose, there wasn't sort of the killer instinct like we've just seen there. I know she's missed it, but she went for it. And there was a stage when I didn't think she was going for it. But whatever the reason, to see her playing and going for her shots as she did last week, as you said earlier, is just a sheer delight to watch, isn't it? Yeah, look at that.
That's super skill.
Yeah.
But even, you know, even the most gifted of players, you know, they still need confidence to deliver under pressure. And if a player like Intanon loses a little bit of confidence, it can look quite strange on the court, because that's a strength. You know what I mean? The technical side is the strength, and if she loses confidence a little bit in that, then you know, it's going to have a big effect on her attitude.
Oh, it's gone well wide.
11, 12. Service over. 13, 11.
Lovely pressure from the front of the court from Okuhara. That was a lovely backhand kill, wasn't it? I know it came back, but the real pressure she put on there.
I mean, it's the movement from rear court to front court. I mean, it was fantastic. Very quick, and then on the end of it, technically very, very sound with the backhand kill. But the speed's impressive, really impressive. It's very noticeable, Intanon, in this match,
11.
taking a lot of time between the points, trying to break the rhythm of the game a little bit. She knows her opponent likes to play at a very, very high rhythm, high intensity, and she's just slowing the play down a little bit between the points.
Fifteen, 11.
Well, actually, I think that Intanon has got strapping down the front of her right thigh there, perhaps over the knee. No, missed it. And if there is strapping on that right leg, Ian, it would emphasise the point you were making, that not only emotionally but physically last week has taken its toll on the former world champion. Yeah, totally deceived by that. Went the wrong direction.
17-11.
Hasn't been the best of tournaments, the Malaysian Open, over the years for Ratchanok. Oh yes, she has got strapping. This is her 5th appearance at the Malaysian Open Super Series, and the last 4 times she's played, she's lost in the first round. Hasn't won a match here prior to this year.
18-11.
It's very noticeable. She's just missing with a lot of shots, and that's a sign of the amount of pressure she's under. She knows she's got to play with small margins to hit the winners against Okuhara. And at the moment, she's just missing with so many shots. But Okuhara's really building some pressure up.
Yeah. Oof. Oh! My goodness! Well, hiding under the nets and just playing a shot with her back to her opponent, just in hope, and shuttle actually came off the racket. That would have been a shot and a half, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but if you notice, it takes a net cord to win the point.
Yeah.
Because everything's coming back at the moment. Whoa, not far off. Here we go. We're going to get a good angle here. Oh!
Oh, that's super.
Service over.
No.
Good use of the width of the court.
19.
Yeah, no, Okuhara's on a different gear at the moment than her opponent.
Game point, 12.
8 game point opportunities.
Game.
The net cord's fairly fortunate for
First game won
Okuhara.
by Nozomi Okuhara, 21-12.
21-12 confirms the umpire. 18 minutes of play for that opening game. And Ratchanok Intanon is going to have to up her pace quite considerably if she wants to get through this second round match. Well, coach Shoji Sato given his players some of the speed that he had around the court. He was a wonderful mover, wasn't he? He was very light on his feet and very quick, well balanced.
Wait. We have 2 minutes. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, love all, play.
Yeah, the little customary bow to all the court officials from Okuhara. Always does that before the start of any game, not just before the start of a match.
1, love.
Yeah, the whole body language oozes tiredness to me.
Yeah, she's not in it at the moment. I mean, she's clearly got the ability to turn this round, but she's got to be a little bit more patient to do that and be prepared to play out some of the rallies and get really physical. But you have to say Okuhara is playing very, very well.
2, love.
I mean, There we see it again, so early on the net. And again, good racket technique to get the spinning net shot, keep the pressure on her opponent.
Yeah, strapping on the ankle as well.
Yeah, signs of some wear and tear from last week, and that's not a surprise. I mean, she had a very physical run through that through the Indian Super Series.
Oh, no, that's nice.
And that's a better rally. They're a bit more patient, was prepared to play the rally out, create some space, and then use her technique to finish the rally. But I feel that's the way she's got to play. She's got to be a little bit more patient, manoeuvre her opponent a little bit more, and then go for the winners rather than going for them direct as she has been doing.
Yeah, the slice across court from the forehand corner from Ratchanok Intanon, doing the damage once more, but there was some movement to the round the head position earlier on in that rally by Intanon that bothered me considerably.
Yeah, she looks a little bit stiff, doesn't she? There are signs that she's a bit weary from last week. It was interesting at the end of the point. Sato, Japanese coach, they're actually applauding a player, saying, yeah, make her work for a point. If you lose it, just make sure she's having to hit a lot of shuttles to win them. That's a good shot.
4-2.
Oh, just indicating she wants the shuttle changed. Okuhara obliges. That's nice to see. It's not always the case. Become a trend, hasn't it, in world badminton, that don't always agree when your opponent asks to change the shuttle. Yeah. There's the strapping quite clear on the front of Intanon's right leg.
5.
Here again, that's really good technique from Okuhara. She's not just a runner, she's got super racket skills as well. It's not an easy shot to play, and she made it look simple. Very good technique.
Yeah, that's good judgment. That's a drop long.
6-2.
And this 4-point advantage will be worrying for Thailand fans. Oh, I didn't like that movement coming forward either from Ratchanok as she lunged forward. She brought her left leg up to push herself back.
3.
Yes, there's a weariness there, we see it there. There's a weariness about her movement. But it's being exaggerated by the contrast of the movement she's playing against, I have to say.
Yeah.
Four, 6.
Well, I don't dare write Ratchanok off as I did last week in the opening game of her semi-final, because she is an extraordinary player.
No, and there are signs in the start of this game that she's prepared to be more patient. play out the rallies.
Big high clear. Giving
Service
herself
over.
time.
7-4.
And I think the extra time actually may have thrown Ratchanok Intanon a little as well with her timing.
Service over.
Unbelievable net play. The
5.
skill there of
7.
both players. Ratchanok tumbling a net shot off her opponent's net shot. Look at that. Wonderful. That's a good rally.
Service over.
Stamp of the feet from Ratchanok in the frustration.
8.
Yeah, you could feel the
5.
pressure building through the rally. Everything was coming back. I mean, that's a super shot, but back it comes. She just felt she had to go for a little bit extra and made the error.
Yes, landed well in. In badminton terms, that wasn't even
9.
close.
5.
I think it was the trajectory that surprised her. It was very flat, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, she now wants the court mopped.
Yes.
Ratchanok.
Yeah.
The court attendants
Ratchanok.
asked to come on. Therefore, the players have an opportunity to tell down. Ratchanok's coach.
Thank you. Nozomi. Wait. 9-5.
Yeah, well, that's clever from Ratchanok. She played her opponent deep into the
6,
forehand corner,
9.
brought her forward to the backhand net, pushed her deep into the forehand again, making Okuhara move the full distance back to front.
Service over. 10-6.
That's wide.
11.
A 5-point advantage for Okuhara here in the second game, having already won the first. And Ratchanok Intanon is in big trouble. And Okuhara will sense that. Ian, what do you say as a coach? You know, you must have had players that are obviously tired and both physically and emotionally. What do you say to them in a situation like this?
Well, in these sorts of matches, very often right at the end of the game, you'll see them play 4 or 5 really good points. You know, when the match is gone, they'll suddenly find a little bit. And my coaching now would be, now's the time to use whatever you've got left. It's the next 3 or 4 points. So put everything you've got now. Try and change the momentum of the game.
11,
And if it
6.
doesn't work, it doesn't work. But don't
Play.
leave it. Go now.
Yeah.
Whatever you've got, put it in now and try and change the momentum.
Yeah. And then you can hang on. Whereas, you know, if the deficit is too great,
12,
then,
6.
you know, you've basically got no hope, haven't you?
Yep.
Well, wise
Okay.
advice. Good net shot from Okuhara.
Fault.
I mean, that's the perfect rally in this situation.
13.
Giving
6.
herself a margin with her shots, making the court very big, taking the shuttle early. It's very good play.
Well, looking good at the moment for recording her first ever victory over Ratchanok Intanon.
Junior or senior, who was saying, Joe?
I purposely didn't give the numbers there, Mr. Wright.
Service over.
Well, that's what she can do, but at the end of it,
Yeah.
it looked as though it hurt her. This is a super angle and a great follow-up.
7. 13. Service over.
Yeah, it's just not working for her today, is it?
No,
14.
too many shuttles coming back.
7.
Okuhara playing really good match in this situation. Very, very solid, not giving easy points away. Keeping the tempo high in the rallies.
Tired looking
15,
shot from
7.
Intanon. Keeping her in that forehand corner, isn't she? Now she plays cross. This will hurt, won't it? Good pressure from Okuhara. Yeah. Comprehensively outmaneuvered the former world champion.
Great,
16,
great speed and
7.
intensity in that rally. Always kept Intanon under pressure. Super play.
Nothing left in those legs. No push off. Oh, well taken. Very, very well taken
17.
from Okuhara. 10-point advantage now. Surely it's all over bar the celebrations for Japanese fans.
Service over. 8. 17.
Oh, well, a little stamp of the feet now from Okuhara. And I can understand why, because her opponent was going in totally the wrong direction there. Had that had gone over, that was an outright winner.
Well, she hasn't made many mistakes, and she doesn't like it when she does.
Thank you. Wait. 9-17.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a super rally, but
17.
you can't see her being able to do it 11 more times.
No.
Yes.
11 more times before her opponent wins just 4. Look at that movement. Isn't that delightful? Light on her feet. Balletic in her movement.
Ten, 17.
Just long.
11, 17.
Nice.
Service over. 18, 11.
Yeah, a little bit more positive here. Positive return of serve, hitting the smash, and again getting in so quickly behind it.
Well, I
11.
think she knew almost before she played the shot that it wasn't really going to work.
Yeah, difficult. Too far off the net to try that. Too far away from the net to try the spinning net shot, but desperate times. And that's a super shot again.
A wonderful way to bring up
20,
match point
match
opportunities.
Point, 11. Game.
First time of asking. 21-12, 21-11. A comprehensive victory for Nozomi Okuhara of Japan against Ratchanok Intanon. 41
Match won
minutes.
by Nozomi Okuhara, 21-12, 21-11.
Umpire confirms the score, and that was a very, very tired looking Ratchanok Intanon. And as both Ian and I feared, the exploits last week in Delhi, reaching the final after a tremendous semi-final, has both physically and emotionally taken its toll. But let's not take anything away from this young lady. She was brilliant today. Her movement was superb, very, very fast, and backed up by great skills as well. So confirmation of the score, 21-12, 21-11.
Hold. Hold. Service over. Hold.
So to our last match of the evening, and it's men's singles, and therefore an opportunity to quickly look at the Destination Dubai men's singles ranking. Victor Axelsen up to number 1, up 4 places after reaching the final in India. And the man we're about to watch, Srikanth Kidambi, the man who won on home soil, up a staggering 13 places.